We're live again. Good evening, people, fellow shipmates,
ahoy,
viewers, patrons, and friends. That sounds like a bit like a start, like what Caesar said. Fellow countrymen and friends.
It's been watching Game of Thrones.
Yes. So we've already got 4 people here. Nice to see people back. So here we are. I don't know if that's too bright. I'll put mine on there so I dim that light a little bit.
Bright at the back. Shall I turn that off?
I can't. So here we are on the boat in Crete, and we've got internet connection.
For how long?
So who have we got? Chris Rushing, long time no see. Dave is there. Hello, Carl and Jen and everyone.
Chris. Hello, Dave. Hello, Michael.
Michael G. Hi from freezing New York.
Yeah, we've seen the weather forecast or whatever. Was it New York? No, it wasn't.
It's all of America. We was only saying yesterday. It's a bit like that film, what wiped out America with the Ice Age. I can't remember what, one of the Armageddon films, not Armageddon. Yeah.
Have you got snow in New York?
Kelly Blinkley, hi Kelly from Kansas, and who did we just see there? Smoking Dabadoo, 420, what's up? So, yeah, we've had a not bad weather really. We've been in shorts and t-shirt again, day after tomorrow, that's the one. Hi from Manchester, 6 degrees above. Hi Rob.
Hiya Rob.
Hope you're all right. So we've had shorts and t-shirt. We did have a little bit of a rough night the other night.
What night
Hello
was that?
from Missouri. Hi Marie. -10 today, bikini weather. Yeah, we had a rough night.
No, it's not quite bikini weather here.
No, it's -10 there.
Yeah.
We had a bit of a rough night the other night. We recorded wind speeds of 50.6 knots just around midnight. But it'll be in the video what we're doing.
Yeah.
-5 here last night in Ireland. Yeah. You need to get yourself on that plane and fly down to Greece. And I know they had snow in Greece last week.
Above Athens they had it. Yeah.
We've had snow on the mountains here, but not bothered us. So it's been good.
But mostly it's better than the weather is in the UK, so we're all right.
Most days we wake up.
I've got a bit of sun actually.
Look through the hatch
on my cheeks today.
And we've got blue sky most mornings. First thing we see, we open the skylight thing up, see the mast and blue skies.
And it makes
so
you
it's
feel
really
nice.
Does make you feel better.
Yeah. So has anybody got any questions? Well, we've got good internet. While we think about it.
Hi, Ant and Sid. Thanks for that offer this morning, Ant. What you sent me a message on. I do appreciate that. I might need something actually. I'll take a photograph. There's a little mount on the back hatch what we've managed to crack. Well, I think it might, I don't know if it was cracked before, but where the hatch comes down into the back, like the retaining thing where the clip is. I don't know if you've got one on your boat, but could do with replacing it. So I'll send a photograph and see if you could source one for us from Clipper. So, so Jen's been cooking. Hi Martin. Send us a pic. Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow because it's dark here now. In fact, it's pitch black here now. It's 9:10. It's been dark for the last four hours. So yeah, you were practicing your cooking yesterday, weren't you?
I'm trying. I'm trying to get into this liveaboard community thing. Every Sunday we have a barbecue. Every Sunday there's a barbecue, and what you have to do, you pay.
Just one sec, Rob. You say you're off to the boat show. Have you got your tickets yet? Because we've got 2 free tickets. What I offered a few weeks ago, and nobody's asked for them. So if you want them, mate, I'll email them to you. Carry on. Sorry.
What was I saying? Oh, where I'm
You're
trying.
Cooking.
Where I'm very trying.
Sorry.
Yeah. So we do have a barbecue on a Sunday, which is really nice. You don't have to go to it, but everyone who's in the marina is invited. We pay 50 cents each to attend. That's just for the coals. And the idea is you're supposed to take something.
It's for the coals, and then it goes towards the sailing club.
For the youngsters that practice sailing and whatever around here, young kids. So everybody has to take a serving dish as well as their own food that they want to eat and do themselves on the barbie. So I have made coleslaw.
That's it.
my own coleslaw. Yeah, but that went down really well because there's no cooking involved. It's just mixing and doing. So then the other day, they don't have many strong flavours here in Greece. It's all pretty bland and mild stuff. And we really enjoyed a curry. So I said, I know, I'll do onion barges. So I made some the other day just for us, and they were quite all right, weren't they?
Yep.
They were off a Slimming World, so there's like no sins if you've no Slimming World. It means you can eat as much as you want basically, and you won't get fat. So I made some for us, and they came out all right. And then I thought, that's what I'll do. But then I tried mixing a different recipe.
Computer said no.
Went to the Pakistani shop that we've got one of them round here, and I got some gram flour, and I thought they need to combine a little bit more than what I did. And I put that in, and they tasted foul.
Well,
Tasted
no.
Foul.
The first
I did 3 batches.
attempt came out like pancakes.
I did 3 attempts.
The second attempt
I put more flour in.
looked really good, but tasted like shite.
Flour.
And the third ones
I went back
didn't
to the
look
original
brilliant.
recipe.
Tasted fine.
Tasted great.
But she burnt to them.
I left them in the
But we
oven
ate-
a little bit
we
longer,
ate them
but
all
we've
anyway.
eaten them all. But
So,
so funny.
I don't want any money for the tickets, Rob. We the free ones we got. So I've got 2. So if you want both, you can have both. If you're taking somebody with you, or if you just want one, you just have one. I'll sort them out for you tomorrow. So yeah, that was.
So I didn't take any with me. So we just went later to the
Oh,
barbecue.
what's
didn't
that?
we?
You guys were mentioned in the comments of Sailing Zatara's video today. Someone said Carl was a sniper. I was on the firearms team for the police.
I've not seen Sailing Zatara.
No, I'll have to have a look at that.
What did they say about us though?
Hey, Mowley.
That's
Mowley
the
is
funny
in
thing.
the house.
Carl has actually been
I've been lots of things.
lots of things,
Did I
but no,
see-
he has been telling everybody who live round here how we actually do your own beer.
Did
and all
I
that
see
and
somewhere
wine.
you were running for election? Are you getting involved in local sailing politics? Not at all.
No, stay away from politics, away from religion and all
Matt, police sniper don't
that
count.
lot.
How are you doing? Are you ready for the Atlantic crossing, Matt?
Yeah.
And Paige, of course. Our friends are on their way down now. They're in Gibraltar. I think they've spoke to you, Kevin and Dee from SV Kestrel, but they're crewing somebody else's boat.
What's the boat called? I can't remember.
Sea of Dreams.
Bloody hell.
I only remembered it because it's Dreams.
Sitting there on the sea.
So I think they're holed up in Gibraltar at the minute with some bad weather. But yeah, we had some bad weather the other night, 50 mile an hour winds, and it was pretty.
Yeah, good luck with that. We'll
Larry.
be following you and watching and seeing how you're going on.
Yeah.
Not how you're there yet. But,
It was in the comments.
we've been trying to plan what we're doing this next summer, haven't
No.
we?
I'll have to have a look at that, Chris, in the comments.
Mm.
Yeah, Marie, I don't know who that guy is who you're talking about. I saw it just before we came on live, so I don't know who it is. Sorry,
What was that then?
somebody's died, I think. And she put
What
a
on a boat?
Well, she put a picture up, but I don't know who they are. So yeah, we've been. What we had to do for the internet, we've got the UK internet package, which is pretty good, but it's supposed to be unlimited. But when we're across here, and we're having to tether as well, I think we get restricted down to about 20 gigs. So we've been out and bought a Greek package, but we can't buy the contract package yet because we need a tax code. And to get a tax code, we need our birth certificates, which we didn't bring. So we've had to apply for a duplicate birth certificate, so then we can get a tax code here. So then we can get a bloody. Oops, that's just got my monetisation banned from YouTube. So we can get a contract card instead of a pay-as-you-go card.
When you move onto a boat, when you've got little internet or it keeps dropping out, you call, especially, feels like you've got one arm missing.
My hand's cut off.
He's had his hands totally cut off.
Yeah, but we're so internet-based. And on
That
the first,
beach ball thing that goes round and
no,
round
it's
and
not
round,
off
you
the
see
beach
that a
ball.
long time.
On the 1st of January,
Well, that's circle.
the thing reset for my UK card, so I've put the UK card back into my phone, and I've had a message today saying I'm over 80% now. In 6 days we've used like 30 gig, 20 gig. So we're not going to be on for an hour and a half tonight because we're on the last bit of that. But we've just uploaded a video to Patreon. The final video of our trip down here in the van. And then tonight I've also uploaded another video which will release later this week, which is the actual drive down here. The first, sorry, did I say the first one? We're down here? I don't know. The first one is the last one of the conversion of the van, and then we've just uploaded tonight the drive down here.
Yeah.
So then the one after that will be
the marina. Where we're staying, so we can show you all what there is there. So you got some really nice footage on your drone.
Oh yeah, I put the drone up yesterday and got some footage. I did put a little clip up on Facebook, just a taster of what it was like, just to give you eyes on. But we'll use the proper footage in the main video. And
the more we live in here, obviously, the more we're getting to realise where things are. What have we found?
What have we found?
I don't know what we found. We found all the fish shops, and we found the butcher's shops. Bakers. We know where the dentist is. We know where the hospital is. We know where the bus station is. We've walked all around there, haven't we?
More importantly, we're finding out about the boat and where things are on the boat.
Yeah.
And there's all sorts of...
We've done a few things.
Yeah.
We've needed to do a few things.
We're making it ours because it's like when you move into a new house, it's still got things from the previous occupants, and it's not quite how you want it yourself. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but we want to just like put our stamp on it. What's that say? Good looking Pete from Second Chance Sailing died suddenly. He was on all live chats on several channels. Oh right. Yeah, I don't think we've ever come across him, Marie.
That's no idea. Well,
I'm going backwards now.
No, so what have we done in this? We've met a lovely couple.
We've met a few nice people.
No, but especially Uncle, and we'll not say his name. They want to remain anonymous for personal reasons. So we've not actually filmed them. But
we'll call them Bill and Ben.
We're going to get that mixed up, aren't we? So a couple anyway who are docked on here as well, moored up here. And he's absolutely brilliant with the electrics. Now we managed to fry a battery.
Yeah, we was advised not to keep the battery charger on all the time. So we've done that. We've just put the We've got 3 solar panels.
3 solar panels?
Yeah, we've got 3 solar panels and a wind generator. Now in the summer, the solar panels will keep the battery. We've got 4 service batteries. They'll keep the thing topped up all the time. We've got a full fridge and freezer which is on all the time. We've got all the lights on. Everything else is running on 12 volts. But every few days there's been a bit of cloud and there's been a bit of rain, so we've had to put the battery charger on now and again. Now apparently this is an intelligent battery charger, so when you put the battery charger on, it goes into boost mode, and then once it's got its maximum voltage in, or amperage or whatever you want to call it, it drops down to absorption mode, and then it stays in that mode for a bit, and then it drops down to float.
We've learnt all this.
We've learnt all this. But I was advised to turn the battery charger off and only put it on when you need it. The problem is every time you then turn it on, it goes into boost mode and gives it like a super duper boost, which is not very good for your batteries, so we found out. So we've ended up frying one of the batteries. So
Carl thought it was me smelling.
Yeah, it smelled like rotten eggs down here. I thought Stink Bomb or Jen. So anyway,
it wasn't me.
We've had it all checked out, and apparently with this type of charger you're supposed to leave it switched on, and it sorts everything out. So we've learned the hard way. We thought we were doing it right. Obviously it's not quite right, but we fried one of the batteries, and
We've got 4 in a row.
Yeah, we've got 4 batteries.
So we're only on 3 at the minute.
We don't know how long all the batteries have been in, but 2 of them are a different make anyway to the other 2, even though they're in 2 banks. So the advice from the experts who are not related to the sales is swap the lot. So we're going to
make sure they're all the same batteries.
It's just cost us €700 for 4 new batteries. But while we was at it, we've changed. We've got a solar panel controller, which obviously charges. But again, from somebody in the know, we've just ordered a new one, which should be here on Monday, which is an MPPT controller, which will give us 30% more power from the solar panels to the battery.
What does MPPT stand for?
I don't know. What's that say? I know it's an expense, but it's really smart to change out your batteries, and I have all brand new ones. Yeah, well, we're going to have all brand new ones, Marley, on. We're just waiting for them to be delivered. Jen, is there a guy who works around the chip shop that swears Elvis? I think he's referring to my hair. Happy New Year to you guys. So, yeah, we're going to have a new set of batteries, and we've got new MPPT coming, and we'll be cooking on gas.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to change the wiring up of the solar panels, because I think they're in series, and apparently if they're in parallel, they work better, so we're going to do that as well. Hello from New Mexico.
Hello, Happy New Year.
No, we're not going lithium, it's going to cost too much, and...
What were they called? Deep?
No, that's just the type of battery you need. You need a deep cycle one, or...
Deep cycle battery, Chris.
We've looked at lithiums, and the cost of them, you're looking at 10 years to get your money back, so... It's not really worth it, because you don't know, you might sell the boat, change the boat by that time.
Rob says, good idea, swap the lot batteries. Great choice getting an MPPT, double P, whatever. By the way, what did you choose? Lead, acid, AGM or lithium?
The lead acid. Yes, it is.
Lead acid.
It is the first battery, and common problem on the Bavaria, the positive needs to be taken from one end and the negative from the other end. I think it's all wired up right. I mean, the guy who's looked at it for us is a bit of an electronics specialist for boats, and he was quite happy on how it's wired up.
But if they're in series, one is going to be at one
No, they're
end.
not in series, they're in parallel up. No, we're not taking the boat out of the marina yet.
We can't wait to, Joy and Martin. But we kind of want everything to make sure it's safe first.
We've been doing little bits and bobs, different jobs on it. And at the moment, it's been more set up for living aboard rather than sailing. So we're doing the changes to make it back into more of a sailing boat rather than yes, it's a liveaboard boat, but doing the little changes to make it more usable, if you like.
Yeah, previous owners stayed in this same place for a few years, didn't they?
How come Carl isn't cooking up a storm for the barbecues?
I thought I'd try, Dave. I spent all afternoon, I peeled 12 onions. I got tears coming down my face, and I was laughing because it was so pathetic how I did them. But I tried. Now, I am going to do one more thing. I said when we were able to retire and live on a boat that I would make some fairy cakes that I've never been able to do before. Because I've not had the time.
Cupcakes.
Nor the inclination.
People who don't know what fairy cakes
cupcakes. I must have made it when I was in cookery lessons at school at age 13, 14 or whatever, but I've never made any because they sell cakes for like £1, €1, whatever, in Morrison's and Tesco, and it was much easier to go and get them. And I didn't have the time, but now I've got the time. I think I've tried the cooking the barges, that failed, so I'm just going to try my cupcakes, and then at least I've done it once and for all, and I don't have to do it ever again, do I?
So we'll be feeding the fish rock cakes. Jan's just asked, how have you found the transition of space from house to yacht? Do you know what?
We've been all right.
We've not really noticed a change at all, really.
It's been a massive change in space that we've got.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
We've been. It's not bothered us, has it?
It's not.
I think living on the canal boat did us real good.
What canal boat?
Not having holidays on the canal boats that we did.
Well, we were staying at our son's house for 3 weeks before we came. So you were in a small bedroom there, in a little spare bedroom. I was in the van. It was a smaller house than the house what we've just sold anyway. So that was a bit of a downsize. Then we spent a week living in the van. So then when we got onto this, it was like, wow, look at all the space we've got. Although we're filling it up pretty quick. In fact, I bought a synthesizer over Christmas. I don't know if I mentioned it before. So
we've got a problem in that the 2 aft berths are full of his rubbish.
Cameras.
No,
and
they do
keyboard
need sorting out. They do need.
Yeah, we do.
Got to be sorted
We've got to
out.
be sorted. But we've been doing boat stuff a lot.
Yeah.
Jen's been cleaning all the fenders today. She's got some really good stuff what cleans them really well. We spent a couple of days doing the AIS.
Yeah, that's
again
all
with the
up
help
and
of our
working.
friend. So the AIS is now up and working. It is only a receiver. But we've got that all working.
All the stopcocks are lovely.
Replaced all the stopcocks, all the
What else have we
piping. What else we done?
That's it, I think.
We've
We
done more
started
than that.
looking through the lockers at the back. Oh God, and there's just that much stuff that we just brought it all back out.
Well, you did
Tried
one
to
locker.
think what it was like. Now we
We've
put it all
sorted
back
one
in.
locker.
We've not.
We've got generator and everything in one locker now, rather than it being out
We need
on
to
the
get
deck.
little boxes to put things in so that we know where they are, and then like do an inventory
A
list.
spreadsheet.
Spreadsheet.
So we're getting there with it. How's the fishing?
What fishing?
We're not allowed to fish in the marina, although there's a guy just opposite as is he Russian, Polish, whatever. But he's had a visitor there, and they've had a lobster pot hung over the side of the boat all week, and they keep when the marineros are not watching, they keep dropping the rod over.
He nearly fell in the other day. There were 2 people
He
fell
did
in
fall
on New
in.
Year's Eve or New Year's Day.
He did fall in.
Yeah. Well, he fell in, and then somebody else.
Our friend nearly fell in.
That was the other one. Then somebody further up.
And then that woman fell in over
Apparently,
there.
the worst deaths are when people are drunk. Apparently, because they just can't
Fall
get
in.
onto the boat, they fall in. So there were 2 over here, not us. So that's good.
So let's have a look. The good weather obviously gives you the use of outside space, which makes it less cramped, and the fact you have a big flash boat. We've also
It's not a big flash boat, Dave, but it is nice being
it's
out.
a big boat.
We call that the balcony.
We've got a cockpit tent, so we've put that up now. So in fact, last night we sat out there till 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I do prefer it out there than down here. To be honest with you, and we've got some nice little
Blankets,
just
fleece
that we've
blankets.
put on, aren't we? That's nice.
Yeah.
But we've got to get some lights put up there because it's quite dark, other than the ones that are underneath.
There we
but
are.
That is
Joy and
lovely. I
Martin
really like
Andrews.
that.
Have you thought about selling weekend breaks for your subscribers to come stay with you? You can take our booking now. Hi, Keith. Actually, yes, we did think about it. The problem is that you have to then become a registered charter boat, and the legislation for charter boating is just ridiculous. And the cost of it compared to what the return is just not worth it. So we have a couple of offers, and I'm not plugging this, but I'll plug it. Our Patreons, depending on what level of reward you go onto our Patreon level, we do draws each winter time for people to come and stay on the boat.
Cheers, Peter.
At our expense. You do have to pay to get down here. Well, we're not. Keith's saying buffering here. We're not getting any messages, Keith, saying that we've got a low internet connection. So just try refreshing
We've done quite well
your
on the
screen.
internet.
Yeah. So yeah, on the Patreons, we just ran a competition before Christmas for somebody to come down, and they're coming down in a fortnight. And and then there's also somebody else who is on a particular reward, who goes into a draw, who's also coming. Well, they've got a week with us anyway.
So he's saying become a Patreon, and then your chances are that you can get here anyway.
And it don't cost you anything other than you travelling to get here.
Yeah.
Nice with the cockpit tent. Hope you guys are just into boat life. I think we are doing. Okay, cash in hand.
Yeah.
Joy and Martin.
Joy and Martin, that's correct.
Cash in hand is always good.
It doesn't go.
But not on a public broadcast like this, if you know what I mean. It's probably me, I'm in the desert. The desert?
He's been on
from
an
New
RV
Zealand.
tour.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So,
RVing. We've actually just booked our ferry back to the UK to take the van back. So we will be going back at the beginning of March, and just spending. It'll take us a week to get back, and then we're having a couple of weeks with family, and then we've got to
get the plane back.
Yeah, we're flying back
Flying back.
beginning of April. So we're going to have we'll be at home about 3.5 weeks, 3 weeks, and then fly back, and then that's when we'll be setting off. We've been doing the plan of where we're going. So we're going to leave Crete and head off towards Rhodes, and then go up the east coast of the Dodecanese.
The Dodecanese Islands of Crete.
To start with.
Beautiful, apparently. I really wanted to see them. They were on my tick list.
And then in June, July time, our friends Kevin and Dee from SV Kestrel, they should be back from the Atlantic crossing, what they're crewing at the moment. They're currently in Gibraltar. And hopefully we're going to be meeting up with them again and spending a week or so cruising around some of the islands with them. So that will be good.
Can't wait to do that.
What's that? I know you probably have said before, but what size boat do you have and what is it equipped with? It's a 47 footer. And
Kelly, it's a lovely boat.
It's got everything apart from a water maker. If you want anything more specific, just ask, as in what is it equipped with. But yeah, we've got everything on it other than a water maker.
We've got all the safety things to update because the flares are out of date. We've got to send off the life raft.
We need our life raft servicing.
Which is why we've not been out on the boat yet.
We need the EPIRB battery changing, and we've got to update the flares. Yeah. We've been doing bits and bobs, like we've replaced all the mooring lines, which we're pleased about with the rough weather we had a few nights ago.
Somebody's mooring line.
Oh yeah, they were snapped. They snapped.
With the bad weather the other night. Ours didn't.
But they've got
23 mil.
But they've got a big boat and they've got
little
like
thin
15 mil lines. We've put 22 mil lines for our main rear lines, and then 20 mils for
springs. So we were going nowhere. We were moving, but we were going nowhere. Who was that? Keith finally finished my RV build and made my 2,000 mile trip from one side of the country to the, I missed it now.
To the other.
To the other.
You have to touch the screen. I'll spend 7 months in the desert.
You've got plenty of water,
Yeah,
Keith.
I was going to say, make sure you've got plenty of water.
Fantastic. Have you had any concerns about someone coming on board who turns out to be a nutcase?
No.
We'll just shoot him.
No, we won't shoot him.
We'll neck him.
Spent 30 years looking after myself, Keith. No. If somebody comes on board in the nutcase, I've got a big machete.
I think you've always got to be careful, safety-wise. I mean, we wouldn't leave them on the boat and us.
I think he's referring more to like Patreons and people like that.
Yeah, well, like if they came for a week or whatever, we wouldn't say, yeah, you stay on the boat and we'll nip into town because they don't know whether we come back to no boat.
Oh, what's that saying?
Or if you
are in Ackbook when Kevin D get back, I shall be there first week of July. Right, well, keep us updated with that, Keith, because
that's not the desert.
We might be. I don't know where we're going to be, so we'll be up that way somewhere. Although I think that's Turkey, isn't it? We have decided this year we're not going to go into Turkish waters because it's just going to cost us more money. So we are going to stay on the Greek side, but never say never. So yeah, he's saying yes, strangers through Patreon.
Yeah, but Carl's quite a good judge of character, I think, aren't you?
And I don't take no shit with this cannon on my hip. Although that's another way to get your monetising stock by YouTube. Yeah, they have water machines out there like soda machines. I have plenty of water to last for 3 weeks at a time.
Like soda machines.
So, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, we're not worried about that.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I've got a big long sword as well so they can walk the plank. But how do you find the transition from house to boat? It's not been a problem at all, Anne.
I'll tell you what I found a problem
well,
with.
we're down to cooking on two rings instead of 4, although in all honesty I tend to cook nearly everything in the pressure cooker, so I'm down to 1 ring, which is not a problem.
Which would have been 1 ring at home.
We've only used the oven when you tried doing your barges yesterday.
Yeah.
So
that is really slow. You've not got obviously your temperature. You've got little. You've got a little dial, but that's about it. It doesn't really say how hot it is, and it's really not that.
I have brought an oven temperature.
Have you? Yeah. So it takes longer to cook things, but to be honest, Carl's that good with the pressure cooker anyway. So crack on.
And if it tastes crap, just drink plenty of rum. And of course we've found raki, which is a local drink, which they more or less give away.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's like antifreeze, but it's the spot.
I struggled with
the bed. Which end we were going to lay?
Which end we were lying on in the bed. Obviously, it's the pointy end. So, do you have your head in the pointy end or your head in the width end? Beautiful. You've got so much room if you've got your head at the wider point, obviously, because you've got loads of space. But you are a little. I don't know why, but we are a little bit at an angle, aren't we? Like that. We're not level. Why aren't we level?
What do you mean we're not level?
When you said yesterday, shall we have a Z on this other end?
No.
You said no, it's
I was
not
just having
really
you on.
So we might try that. We've tried it all the way, but then the problem is getting in to bed, swizzing round, like Carl seeing my backside. Without showing him everything that I've eaten throughout the day. And getting in bed. But it's a comfortable bed, it's beautiful.
The beds are horrible to make. We've come to an agreement that we do alternate days. So I'll make the bed one day and Jen makes it the day after, but it is a pain to make.
Yeah, and I have to remind him probably late mid-afternoon to still make the bed.
Yeah, but it's Greek time.
So the bed is beautiful, lovely comfy bed. We're sleeping like babies because you're just rocking. It's just a nice gentle rock. It's lovely. We're catching up on loads of sleep. Feel really good. And it's lovely nobody having to wake you up in the morning or go to work, obviously.
And when you've got the blackout blind shut.
Yeah, and then you open it in the morning.
You wake up and you're like, look at it watching, it's like, bloody hell, it's 10:30. That's another thing. It's 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah. I am up early in the morning though. I've got bums and tums exercise class at the gym with a few of the ladies that are going, and apparently there's a really fit Greek guy that takes it, so it just might spur me on to do more reps. So I've got that at 9, so I shall be up early in the morning. I'm going to be joining that. The other thing that I struggled with was the heads, if I'm honest with you. We don't do a number 2 in it because we just walk up there, but I even struggle doing a number 1. It's like weaning a bucket.
It's a proper toilet.
It's a proper toilet, don't get me wrong. I'm only just getting used, feeling comfortable with it. You'd think I'd be better because it's cleaner and it's not a public one, but that is a thing that I've struggled with. And I'm still not happy with it, but anyway, I'm getting there.
How much does a beer cost, Rob's asking, in the local?
Ooh.
Do you know what, Rob? I honestly couldn't say because we've never just bought one. We've always been in there about an hour or two. So,
as you know, the Greeks are really lenient with what you do, so they'll leave the bottles that you've.
They just keep bringing them and then ask you how many you've had.
How many have you had? Oh, that'll be. I think they make the number up, so I don't really think they charge the same amount.
It's like on Friday night. Every
Where we
Friday
get
night they have a get together at one of the local tavernas, and they put free food on, and they just keep bringing you drinks, and then at the end of the night you go to the bar and they'll say how many have you had, and
So
we only went for a couple the other night, and I weren't sure whether I'd had 2 or 3. And we'd had 3 plates of food, and Jen had a couple of glasses of wine, and I went to the bar, and I said, I'm not sure whether you brought me 2 bottles or 3. Can you check? And he says, oh, I only brought. I think it was only 2. Just give it me for 2. So they are really, really good like
that.
that.
He makes the number up.
No, they don't. They've got a fixed price on the things.
Yeah, how much was that then Friday? 2 wines.
2 glasses
beers.
of wine and 2 beers. It were about £10.
So €10. No, it was more than that, wasn't it? No, €10.
In fact, I don't
so
think he even charged me €10, and I get him a tip anyway. So, yeah, it's not too bad, Rob. But there's always the local Lidl where you can buy a pack of 6 or 8 for like a £5. How are you getting on with the Greek language? Greek language? Do they speak Greek?
Everybody speaks English.
Very good.
No, not everybody speaks English.
We're
People
learning
in the marina.
We're learning words.
Or speak English.
All the tavern, all the shops speak
I'm trying to remember
English.
what they told us today. I'm trying to learn little bits.
We try to learn.
Polly.
We try to learn a word a day. So we're now up to beer, wine, 2 beers,
and
2
not
wine.
Dio. I can't remember number 3. Dio is 2.
Caristo, Paracolo.
Loto Haraismo Paracolo. The bill, please.
But it's not quite like that, is it?
Loto Haraismo. Yeah, it's a difficult language, and we don't really know the grammar or anything, so it's really difficult. But we're trying. We like to keep doing things. I did have my first and only, not spat, but mixed with somebody who obviously didn't agree with us coming over here to Greece. I went to the local market that they have here on a Wednesday, and I thought, oh, I'll buy a load of fresh oranges, because they all have carrier bag fulls of oranges, so you can squeeze your orange juice in the morning. It's beautiful. And I'm standing at this market stall, and this guy said hello, like pointed to the carrier bag for me to fill up what I wanted, and he went round all the other people that were obviously Greek that were coming, and then I thought he's going to come round clockwise and then it'll be me, and he looked at me, and I like offered as if to give me my bag, and then he went back round anti-clockwise, missed me, and I thought, okay, alright, I'll leave you then. And then other people were coming after I'd been there, and I was looking at him all the time trying to give him my money, and he obviously didn't want it. So I thought,
right,
sod you, and put it down, and he obviously didn't want to serve me, but
right,
that's the
just
only...
lost us some more money from you too.
But that's the only thing where obviously somebody would prefer to have Greek people and not English or whatever.
Nordics, do you have to have your grey tank pumped out in the marina? Our grey tank, we don't fill up. Any wastewater in the sink goes straight into the sea. Although Jen did block it up the other day by putting bits of rice and stuff down it. So I had an hour stripping all the pipes down, so that was another thing we've learnt.
That was another education.
Well, the pipes came off quite nicely. The holding tanks for the loos, the heads, they're on open all the time because we don't use them for number 2s. We don't have a wee at night because we've got the main toilets and
toilet block,
which is quite nice. 50 yards from the boat, so we use that more than anything.
Yeah, you'll see that when we do the video about the marina where it is.
So no problem with that. That's for your compromise. Good to see you both. Didn't realise you was going live. Happy New Year to you as well. Yeah, we only decided earlier today that we're going to do it live when we realised we've got a little bit of data left. So that's why we're here. Seems I've been more busy since I got here. All the YouTube content creators wanted to do an interview with me and tour my RV. It's crazy, but I expected it, and I've done the same. Nice one.
Lovely.
To put it in context, a regular house toilet is a ceramic bucket connected to a sewer system.
Yes, but it's the sewer system.
And a boat system.
Dave.
And a boat one is... We've actually got a ceramic bucket connected to a sewer system, but instead of going into a sewer which is a big sewer. Ours just goes around a few things and out the side.
We've got an automatic flusher toilet in the front bedroom. Ours.
This event is massive. It's crazy to see how many people are going to be there this year.
One in this bit, in the main.
Keith's saying, was it easy making friends in the marina? Is there any boat-sized snobbish people? Only us.
Keith, everybody is lovely, and I'm not just saying that. We have got, I think, we counted it, there was about 9
We came in June to look at the boat, and we met some people then. Then we came back a couple of weeks later, and we met even more people, and some of those people are still here.
Yeah,
and then when we came down here, we went to the barbecue. We got here on Wednesday, and the first social gathering was on the Friday, and we had a massive welcome.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've probably got more friends here now than we had in England.
Yeah, and they're the same. Everybody likes the same thing, i.e. sailing and stuff.
So,
sometimes you get fed up of just talking sailing, if I'm honest with you. But the more you get to know people, the more you find out, obviously, about them. But everybody's so welcoming. There's about 9 different
just on our jetty alone, on our pontoon, we've got Australian, although they've just gone away for a couple of weeks on holiday. We've got Australian, German, Canadian, Italian, Dutch, Swiss, French, Spanish, English, and there's another Canadian couple coming in a couple of days.
Or whatever.
Then we walked along yesterday.
Everybody.
And that's just on our pontoon.
Yeah.
And then there's 5 pontoons, and it's same on them all. There's loads of different. So it's really good.
Dutch people in particular are lovely. I'm not just saying
They take a shine to us. We've got some good friends now who are Dutch.
Absolutely brilliant. Really welcome you into their group. And if there's a group of Dutch people all together, they'll all speak English.
As soon as we walk in, they stop speaking Dutch and speak English.
Because they think, we don't want to be rude because you can't understand the Dutch, and everybody else wants to speak English and include you in the conversation.
In fact, last night when we was in the bar, and there was Peter and what's them off that big boat? The German couple. A lot of the Dutch will speak German, and I was sat with them, and suddenly they just started talking German. They went, "Oh, sorry, is your German good enough to understand what we're saying?" I said, "It's not that good. I can understand odd words." "Oh, okay," and just carried on in English. So it is really good for that. So yeah. Let's have a look at what's.
So every night there's something. Seems to be every night there's something happening. More and more things happening. They've just started saying that they're going to do like a card and a game night on a Tuesday. We have get together on a Friday. They have music lesson things on a Tuesday. I join a walking group on a Thursday. There's the local gym that they have everything to, and people say come and do this and come and do that. And then a Sunday there's the barbecue. So before we know it, we're round in a week.
And then there's music clubs and guitar clubs and stuff. That's why I bought a keyboard, so I'm going to go and join their band. So can you give us a tour of the boat? We're not going to do it now. We did a little bit of a spin round last time, but we are going to put a video. Once we get up to date, so as I said earlier, the video we've just put out on Patreon, which will be out on YouTube in a couple of days,
I've got no more beer,
was the last one of the van conversion. I've just uploaded one today, which will be coming out next week, because I've uploaded it while I've got data. That's our journey down here, and then we're up to date where we are, so we'll do a bit of a...
So we'll do a tour of the marina, and yes, Joy, just for you, we'll do a tour
we've actually got to do a short video clip of the van finished. We've not done that yet.
Yeah, we've not even done that, have we? Well, it's not fully finished, is it? But
who did Jen do the practical day skipper? It was Sail Ionian, based at Vliho. That's good.
Oh, you're doing it too fast.
Martin, I am Dutch. Yeah, well, I don't need to answer them because they're talking between themselves.
It's lovely, Marie. It's really, really
I always
nice.
find the Dutch
I'm
very
dead
friendly.
chuffed, actually, that people are so welcoming. It's lovely. it makes you realise that when you're back in your own country, you should be more friendly to foreign people who come in. I've really, I always thought I was.
Yeah, but we always have been.
I always thought I was, but it's made me even more so. More.
Yeah, but we've never not been.
No.
Anywhere
Never.
we've ever been with.
No, it
Treated
just
people
highlights
the
it
same.
because there's so many different nationalities. I think that are really good.
Yeah.
So.
It's good. So, people from every nationality.
Yeah. So what else have we done? Oh yeah, I blocked the sink, so we found out how to unblock that.
Talked about the AIS.
That's the
Yeah,
my most used kitchen implement is the sieve. So when I've washed the pots, to sieve it, just in case there's all the bits in the bottom, and then empty that out so I don't refill it. Some people throw the washing machine, washing stuff over the side. I don't really like doing that.
Yeah, there's a guy in the boat opposite. You can see him have his tea or his breakfast or whatever, and then he just washes his plate in the sea, in the water at the back of his boat. Well, 10 minutes earlier, I might have just flushed our toilet and had a wee. But he did fall in yesterday.
Yeah, there's the point, exactly. So you might as well wash it with clean water that you've got out of your tank.
It dilutes.
Then it goes in it.
It dilutes. So, what's that one?
Nice.
Makes me so happy that you've been made to feel welcome and enjoying the boat. It looks very homely. Yeah, we're getting it there now, Gav. It's,
thanks, Gav. Thanks, Hannah.
We've put our own bits in now. We've got...
These little things will obviously all go
Can't see 'em
on,
now.
like my little boat and stuff like that and things. We
We've
can't
still
have
got a
them up when
Christmas
we're
card there.
sailing because...
You can, they'll just lie down. We've got us Buddhas behind us, and then we've got us little treasure chest over there, and we've filled it with euro coins just on the top to make it a little bit more realistic. And then over there we've got the nav station with a PC on it. PC. Then we've got the TV up that end. So
we've got a sports bar. I am watching football next Saturday and Sunday.
Oh.
You just realise things that you like to keep in touch with that you had in your house that were just automatic things. You realise that you needed your internet.
Well, this is a Mac.
You needed your internet, and it is needed to upgrade and get that sorted out, even though we've still got things to do on it. I've realised that I need to have a couple of things. I need to be able to listen to my radio too. That sounds so old, but I've downloaded some podcasts so I can just have it on in the background when I'm cleaning the boat. God, I sound really, really boring. Put Radio 2 at home, have that on. So I've downloaded some of them, and that's just nice to have, feels normal, and also just to be able to watch a few football matches.
Rob, the wind generator, can't hear it.
Can't tell it's on.
It was one of the concerns I had, was because I know people have said how noisy they are, but to be quite honest, unless you actually sat right under it, the wind noise is actually noisier than the wind generator.
Yeah.
So, but wind generators aren't that
efficient. No.
Efficient. Yeah, that's the word.
Is that the word?
The solar panels are a lot more efficient than the wind generators.
That's just an added extra, isn't it?
So, yeah, PC, wash your mouth out. It was on the boat, and we just use it for the music. That's all.
Jenny, how are you going to do laundry Wednesday? I've seen so many.
We've got a washer.
Marie, we've got a plastic washing machine. I've been using the washing machine that's actually here in the laundry. There's like a laundry toilet block.
Can you see these bits on it? This has come out of the washer today, and it's covered in bits.
They can't clean the filters out because they've got big washing machines that are top loading, like American ones
and the filters are at the back.
Filters are at the back, but they're all blocked in, so they can't get them out regularly. They're clean, but you've got to wash things inside out here. That's not a problem. Hey, it's lovely to be able to put your washing on your line as well that you've got at the front of the boat, and they dry within an hour. It's beautiful. You don't hang washing things on lines though, do you? In the US, they always put things in dryers, but in England, you always put things on your lines.
Depends whereabouts in America you are.
well, depends on how. Well, whenever we've gone on holiday.
Yeah, but we've been on holiday in the holiday place.
Anyway, but we've got a plastic washing machine. We were debating whether to get rid of it or not, but we thought we're
going to try it.
We're going to try it out this year. We're obviously going to need to wash things, and people have said that when you do go to a laundry, they'll kind of skank you for amount of how much it is, and charge you like €10 for a bundle of washing, which is if
30?
we've got 30.
Yeah, Dee was saying that it cost her €30, I think.
Shan't be paying 30. We'll be using this little washing machine.
And it's got a spinner on.
It's only small.
But we're not.
We'll try it for this year, and we'll let you know how we go on. What we don't use this year, we'll get rid of.
So if we don't use the washer when we're at anchor, we can't use washer at anchor. Oh, we can plug it in generator.
Yeah.
No, Jenny's not been up the mast yet, but we have found the bosun's seat out.
Yeah, we found it.
So
I shall be going up there, Keith. Watch here.
Can you get Radio 4 on long wave? I don't know.
I've never listened to Radio 4.
I've listened to it, but we've got the internet, and on TuneIn, you can listen to all the British radio stations anyway.
But they keep dropping out, don't they?
Yeah, but we did have it streaming all day one day on the municipal thing. So, Rosspop, how do?
Marade paint dries are popular, I know.
So, we'll see. If it works out and we tend to use it, then we'll keep it. If we don't...
I think we'll use it, to be honest. The thought that you've got your own clean washing on your own washer, you've just got to have the water available and obviously the power is a nice thing.
Hi, Megan. Megan Marriott.
Megan Marriott! She's
Radio 4 is what?
Ooh.
200 metres long wave. I'll see if I can get it now because I've got a little shortwave radio here with long wave on.
Thanks, Sid.
So 200 metres.
Yeah, you need to have your little comforts which are like that on your boat. What else have I?
What's that? Mowley. Happy New Year, you guys got to go. My guys here to help me work on my water maker. Glad everything is working out. Yeah, we'll be sailing soon, Mowley. Have a good day, mate. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. ISD now goes to sailing. Don't do that now.
I'm just trying to answer a question. Seeing if we can get Radio 4 on long wave. And the question is, no. No, we can't get it, and never mind. And this is a BBC World Service shortwave radio. But, say we can listen to it on the internet, but I'm not bothered.
So next jobs, what jobs have we got next? You've sorted your AIS, we've sorted, or we will be sorting the batteries, changing all them.
Yeah, they're on order from Athens.
Ordered them.
The MPPT should be here Monday to change for the solar panel. And then we're going to change the wiring into parallel rather than, or series rather than parallel, or whatever, which way around it is on this.
You're going to put your, so you can plug your phone in up there.
Some waterproof USB sockets on the deck, on the cockpit.
What else do we need to sort? Just your safety equipment then, and then we can get out.
Yeah.
It's been a beautiful day today.
One of the boats this morning has left and just gone round to Alunda, which is just round the coast. Well, it's about 6 miles up the coast, and it's they've got a nice little lagoon there. And a couple of people at the barbecue today were saying that.
You recommend that as your
last year, a few of them just go up there for a few days at the beginning, at the next few weeks. So if they do that, we'll have a trip up.
Yeah,
should be good. Just to.
Oh, and this week, what we've said we're going to do is get the little dinghy out.
Yeah, so...
And try that, aren't we?
Because Jen wants to polish the sides of the boat, so I said it'll be easy from the dinghy. So we're going to get the... what's that?
Wet your finger and put it in the aerial.
No, Carl, if you ever need batteries in the future, check out Full River ZM batteries. That's what I have, and I can tell you they're awesome. I think we've got the Bosch on here, if I remember rightly.
2 were Bosch.
140 amp and we've got 4 of those. So we're going to replace with them. We've got a decent price from a guy in Athens, and they only charge €20 delivery. So I can't fetch him for that. So
ladder. Passerelle.
oh yeah, we're changing the
passerelle
passerelle to make it longer, so we can be a little bit further away. Ours is only 2 metres long, and I want it to be 2.5 metres long, maybe 3. So we're going to put an extension piece on that.
That's to do.
But we're going to pump the dinghy up and get the outboard on it and give that a bit of a blast. So we've not even looked at that yet.
We're getting there. So in this next few weeks, we're
getting it ship shape.
Yep. We should be able to get out, shouldn't we, when we've got a nice day.
Yeah. What we don't want to do is go out while we've got it as it is at the moment, because at the moment it's like a house on water. If we just wanted to decide to go sailing today, to take us a day to stow everything away at the moment, which we know, and when we start sailing properly for the summer, or when we come back in April from the UK, everything will be stowed and it'll be all kitted up ready. In fact, I even took the steering wheels off today, just to give us more room up on.
And we got a leak. We thought we'd got a leak, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
In the engine.
We had the engine running the other day, and then I'd lifted the hatch up, done all the engine checks before we put it on. I wanted to tighten up some of the mooring ropes, because we're on lazy lines here, and I wanted to tighten everything up, so I stuck it into reverse to tighten the rear ones up, because we knew the storm were coming, and then I just let the engine tick over for an hour just to give it a bit of a run, and then a bit later on I opened the hatch up for the engine and I've got all water in the bottom, and it's like, oh no. So it was and it was sweet water, fresh water. Our friend calls it sweet
Our
water.
Dutch friends call it sweet water.
And it was fresh water, and there's nowhere in the engine it's leaking from, and it's like, well, where's this coming from? Have we got a leak on one of the water tanks and it's coming down? But all the bilges were clear. So we mopped it up and thought, well, we'll just have to monitor it. Then the next night we had the really heavy storms, and I can't remember why, but for some reason I says to Jen, just check if there's any water in there, and she lifted it up and there's water there again. So I came down with the light, put it in, and I'm just about to shut the engine hatch, and I saw this drip from the top, like from the floor above, dripping down. And what it is, it's where the doors open and there's the little metal catches where the catches drop in.
Where it holds back.
And it looks like they've been sealed before, but they've not been sealed properly. They've sealed them on the underneath rather than on the top. And where the rainwater comes down and then drains across the deck, there was a tiny little drip there, and that's where it's come from. So, screwdriver, bit of sticker flex, round the thing, stuck it back on. Job's a good one.
Bob's your uncle.
Job's a good one. Anyway, let's have a look, because I've missed a bit here. Dinghy video, please. You will see that, Marie. How's the weather been? It's been lovely, apart from a couple of days ago. We had really strong winds, 50 mile an hour.
Christmas Eve we couldn't get off the boat.
Oh yeah, Christmas Eve we was stuck on here because it was just too rough to get off, and we couldn't reach the pontoon.
It was the quietest Christmas Eve we've had for many a year, because we couldn't get off.
From Wales.
But since then it's been alright, and then we had a bad night the other night, didn't we, when we had to batten down the hatches. And we knew the worst bit of the wind, if you like, would have been round 12 midnight. So we stayed up just to make sure everything was okay, and then went to bed after that, and it was.
What's David saying? Hi from Wales. As advised before, see fitted sheets from Jubilee, Dragon's Den, Series 8, I think.
Well, you need to write this down, because we can't look at it, can we?
No.
Jubilee, I'll have a look.
We'll have a look at that, David.
I've had more sheets. I've had to get rid of some sheets. I'm sorry, Pamela, if you're watching.
Keith,
But,
before you guys head out sailing, will
what
you
was
be
it,
having...
Duralay?
Duvalay.
Duvalay.
Will you guys be having your rigging checked to make sure it has all the right tension? Yes, we will, because we need to. Although we have got adjustable backstay, so we can change the angle of them, not the angle, but the curvature of the mast, although I'm not going to mess about with things like that. We had the same problem with the water leak in the engine, and it was from emergency rudder. The cut was loose. Yeah, luckily, Anne, ours was nothing like that. It was just a screw what comes through from the floor above, and it had not been sealed properly. Oh, not Series 8, it's a Smile. Duva.
I know, it went automatically to
She's
Diva.
looking for it on her phone now.
I'm not, I'm just putting it in.
Duva.
Duvalay, Sheets, Dragon's Den, Save. I shall look at that later, thank you for that. We've had more sheets than ever, and I've got things to be able to take back in the van.
You've had more sheets? That's all the million barges you've been
more
eating.
Sheets. More sheets.
Oh, I'm nearly off the screen here. Oh.
More sheets than anything.
So yeah, we've got little bits of jobs what we want to do, and we're getting through them bit by bit, and
it's a fabulous boat and it's a lovely place. We're definitely going to be coming back here next winter. This is one of the more recommended and sought after marinas, so we'd be silly to let it go, I think.
Yeah.
Even if we told them we were coming back and then we didn't, then that's fine, then we're leaving.
Bad news is the Greek tax for sailors, what they've been talking about for 4 years, is going to be implemented now.
Possibly.
No, it's... Well, all the emails I've had. The port police, as of this month, are all being briefed on how they're going to implement it. And starting next month, they will start implementing the tax. However, the news at the moment is that if you're in a marina, then you're not going to be taxed. It's only when you're actually sailing. You can pay per month or per year. If you pay per year, you get a 10% discount, although it's not going to be a lot. But bearing in mind that most people, certainly in Crete, are in a marina for maybe from September, October until April, then you're only going to be sailing for 6 months anyway. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, they are going to start implementing it as of next month. And we're in the top band. Sod's
but it's
law.
cheaper than a house.
I looked at it as road tax.
Salavi. Yeah.
We had 2 cars
That's
back home, and we had to pay road tax on... Oh no, we didn't pay it on yours, did we? But we had two
No,
cars and 2 motorbikes, so we had to pay road tax on everything. So the cost of it for ours is probably going to be about the same.
Yeah.
I'm on YouTube app. I can't super chat. Does anyone know if I can do it from the app?
One sheet.
I'm not sure, Rob, if you can do it. Are you doing it on your phone or iPad?
So we've been on over an hour now.
I know, I'm asking Rob a question.
Okay.
Just found a movie series from the UK in Manchester, it's called Hornblower. Yeah, watched it about 4 times. I quite like it. Why not sail around the Canary Islands instead of Winterberth? Because the Canary Islands are quite a long way from where we are. It's in the Atlantic, and we're not. We're in the far side of the Med, the east side. But we like it here.
Yeah, we've not seen any of this yet. I do want to do as many places as possible.
Yeah, so, Rob, that super chat, I think if you're wanting to use it, and I'm not doing this as a begging thing, but I know people have said before who've had super chat payments. I know we've had a couple, but it takes forever for it to get sent through to us, and I think YouTube take about 30% commission off it. So PayPal is better to do donations or anything like that. At last, our old soldier, he always sends me a message saying I missed you again.
Yeah.
So welcome, old soldier.
Finished. Yeah.
So good to see you, Rob. Yes, join chat, left hand side, middle. But anyway, left with you. If you want to do it on super chat, you can, but PayPal is better.
Thank you very much.
But thank you anyway. So What else we got planned for this week?
Main thing is getting in that dinghy.
We're going to get that. I'll get that blown up tomorrow.
We'll
I think while you're at the gym.
The next 2 weeks is forecast really nice weather.
No wind, not
low winds, sunshine. So we'll be able to get in that, won't we? I'll be able to clean and polish the outside of the boat. So I've nearly done all my fenders. Let's have it looking nice, and then.
The other thing as well about who
right.
was it who asked Anne about Canary Islands. We've got a timeshare on Gran Canaria, so we do go there for holidays, although we'll not be going this year, but our daughter might use it. But we will do the Gran Canaria when we decide to do the Atlantic crossing, so we will sail from the Med down to Gran Canaria, then probably Cape Verde, and then if we decide to do, well, once we get to Cape Verde, we've got to do the crossing because there's no way back because of the currents, or not. Well, they recommend that you don't come back easily.
Yeah.
So that's the first time probably if we do go to the Gran Canaria, it'll be en route to the Caribbean. But there's plenty, like somebody just said, there's plenty to see here, and
people stay here years.
The majority of people in this marina came here for a winter, and there's some who've been here 9 years, there's others who've been here 7 years, some others who've been here 3 or 4 years, and they only stop for the winter.
Yeah.
So it is a nice marina, nice town, nice weather, generally.
Everything's here. There's nothing that you would want more.
There is.
What?
Better internet.
Yeah, but it's only because of what you can
I'd
buy.
like an electrical store just on corner where I can go and buy all my computer bits and bobs and camera shops.
Yeah.
And
I'd like Tesco just back there.
Yeah.
Well, apart from that, there's just about everything here. We have got to have a day in Heraklion. One day.
Yeah.
Which is like your main
when we go back
city
to
kind of thing that's got everything there.
We'll go day before.
Yeah. So they've got like a B&Q, or what do they call it in America?
Walmart.
No. Like your DIY places that you can get all your storage boxes and everything. There's nothing like that. There's loads of Chinese shops run by Chinese people, and all they sell is clothes.
I needed a Dremel. I had a little job on the boat, and I needed a Dremel. And I went to every shop in the town, and loads sell the tools for Dremels, but none of them sell the Dremels, and the nearest place is 65 kilometres away, or I had to order one on Amazon. And then we picked up the Lidl newspaper, what they send, and say, next week these are the offers, and guess what? They had the Chinese copies of the Dremels for 20 quid with loads of tools, so I went and bought one of them just before Christmas, so Santa brought me one.
Home Depot, mate. That's it. Yes,
Home Depot.
Home Depot.
Jen,
so something like that in Heraklion.
Question here for Jan. Maybe I asked you before, but have you tried the Duolingo app for your Greek language skills?
No, I haven't. I'll put that in again.
Duolingo.
Duolingo.
Right, once you guys take the van back to where you're going to store it, and then once you're back at the boat, how are you guys going to get around until you set off sailing? Right. The van's going to be stored in my cousin's warehouse where our son works, so that's going to be quite secure. And then when we get back, we've actually got a scooter, a little 125 scooter.
I've got to learn to ride that as well.
We've got to find out if you're allowed to ride it first.
Oh, I can.
Well, I know you can.
Oh, I'm good at it.
So yeah, we've got a scooter here, and one of the marineros, when we leave Crete and go sailing for the summer, he looks after it for us, puts it in his garage.
Fab.
So that's Stratos Paracalo. So yeah, we've got a little scooter. We went shopping the other day, didn't we, to Lidl, and we went on the scooter rather than take the big
that was
van.
Funny.
Because the problem is when I move the van, somebody always nicks my parking space, so I don't like taking the van out. So we went up to Lidl on the bike. I'd got a rucksack on my front, you've got one on your back,
I'd got a
big
rucksack
shoulder
on my back. We'd put everything underneath the scooters inside the scooter that we could. I'd got a bag on one side, some of the people, when you see them on a scooter here, sit side saddle, and I thought, well, I'm not doing that. But I was like leaning over one way because I got this bag, really heavy
And
bag
then it
on
was
one
chucking it
side.
down when we come out.
And then we've come out. Yesterday and today has been like a bank holiday, and all the shops are closed. We've got no food left, so we've got to go shopping tomorrow. But it's all fun. It's amazing. What you realise is it takes a full day to do anything.
Well, it takes us a full day.
No, you decide to do one thing. At home, or all my life, I've had a list. I've been a list person. So I've thought I'll do this, that. And I've had at least 4 or 5 things that I will plan to do in a day and get them done. That's not like that here. You do 1 or 2 things maybe, and you've got to be satisfied at doing that because it will take you all day. Well, then you've had enough. But that is, that's what's nice, because we like getting into this laid back. We don't want to do everything in one day because we've got all week to do it. It's lovely.
How's the drone flying going? We had it up yesterday, so I've only flown it. That's the second time I've flown it. I'll be quite honest.
See Keith? He's got to go.
See Keith. I updated the DJI Go app a few weeks ago, and I've not been very happy with it because I sometimes click on it and it just doesn't open at all. And I've had to uninstall it and then reinstall it, and I've done that twice. And then I flew it the other day, well, a few days after we got here. Works perfectly. It's working okay while I'm flying. Switched it off, come to use it again, switched it on, couldn't get it to work, so I had to use Litchi app, and I'm not 100% happy that I trust that one. And then yesterday, I thought it's quite calm weather, I'll put the drone up. DJI 4, no chance. So then I checked it, there's a new update for it, downloaded the update, and it's been working okay, touch wood, since. So don't put the handbrake on when you park the van, chock the wheels, they tend to lock on. I never leave an handbrake on anything for a period of time anyway, and it's a common thing with them, most of them. In fact, when I was on traffic, we didn't used to put handbrakes on when we were even in the garage. So
impressive on the back, but I have seen photos from Asia of entire families and a pig on a scooter.
We've seen a whole family where you've got a woman on the back side saddle holding a kid, dad driving it, and then another kid stood in front of him.
In front, and the only person that wears helmet on the head is the dad. It's like, it is quite shocking, but you get used to it, don't you? We've got what we call kamikaze crossroads as well. There's like about
it's a new crossroads they've built where the motorway, it's like a motorway what comes off, and they've built a slip road, but then they've not put any road markings down. They put traffic lights up, but then they've never connected them. And when we came in June, it had only been open a few weeks, hadn't it?
Yeah.
And none of the locals knew what to do, so everybody just stopped. And now the locals just fly through whichever way they go.
You come up to it and you just got to look left, right, middle, wherever, and then if you can get across, you go. If you can't, you wait, and you just like looking to see what the other person's doing, and you just get across when you can. So kamikaze. Woo.
Rocket Man has a ballast missile on his scooter. Right.
I don't know what that means.
So anyway, if anybody's looking for a boat, we know a few people here who have got boats up for sale. In fact,
there's a couple of good boats. Beautiful.
There's some cheap boats as well. Probably a lot below market value. So if anybody is actually in the boat market and they're wanting a nice boat, let us know. I finally took my drone out of the box and put it together and tried flying it for the first time the other day. I was scared shitless, all I could think about. Damn, lots of money if I crash it.
Yeah.
Which one you bought, Keith? Was it the Mavic? Or have you got a Phantom?
He's only just getting used to letting it go up and go further than what he can actually see it.
When we was at Poole...
Well. Don't shout.
I'm not shouting. When we went to Poole, I flew it a mile away, and I couldn't see it. You couldn't even hear it. I know you're supposed to be able to.
That was
And
far enough.
my thought was, if the screen goes and I can't see which way I'm flying now,
I'm pressing home.
I'm in the cart. But you've always got your own button. And on the Mavic, you can either press the home button on the screen, or you've got a button on the remote control if the screen goes down anyway. So it's not too bad, but it is a worry.
But then yesterday when you had it
Yesterday I sent it out to 1,200 metres away.
It's fabulous footage though. You can't beat it. You can't beat what it can get.
We are in the market, PMers.
Ooh.
Right, what I'd suggest then, Ant, is send me an email with what size boat you're looking at, minimum, what your minimum budget is, and then I'll get the details of what boats are available here, based on what you...
Well, maximum budget is probably better.
Minimum budget? Oh, yeah, sorry, your maximum budget.
You always want it cheaper than you can get it, don't you?
Well, I know a few people, they've got boats up. I was told the other day there's one boat up at 75 grand, and I was told they'd take 60 for it because they're just desperate to sell it. There's another boat, I think one of them starting at 30 grand. Soren told me today there's a nice couple who we made friends with, and they had a 3-year plan to come here and then sail the boat back to Europe. And he's worked out what the costs are going to be to sail it back to Europe and keep it there, and he's decided he's just going to cut his losses and sell it here. So he's only going to looking at 20 to 30 grand. So
wow.
Oh, I've had that, Marie, where seagulls are coming down. I've just got some Exocets on mine. Blow them away. Phantom 4. Yeah, I had a Phantom. That was my first one. But then I changed it for the Mavic because it's a lot smaller, and I thought the Mavic's going to be better for on the boat. So I sold the Phantom.
Yeah,
but they're brilliant.
Yeah, very good.
No, I've not seen that one. So anyway, it is. We said we were only going to be on about 10 or 15 minutes because of our data, because we're on the phone at the minute, and we've now been on 77 minutes.
So it's your lot's fault.
So this is going to cost me a bantle load of money. So we're going to cut loose and love you and leave you all.
Yeah, look out for the videos that come up.
So Patreon, new videos out on there. It'll be out on YouTube in a few days, and then there'll be the next one will be out on Patreon at the end of this week.
Yeah.
No data, no monetisation. Exactly. I don't think there'll be any monetisation on this one because I've kept saying a few expletive words.
Yes.
Not only little ones though. But anyway, we'll see.
Yeah. Good to have you along, everybody.
So
anyway.
thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for joining. Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
Whenever
We aren't going to do it every week now we're on the boat because the data, that's the main thing. But we'll do it as often, maybe twice a month.
Yeah.
But we're going to be putting out more videos anyway. So
yeah.
So keep in touch. Email. Don't forget to subscribe to his email.
Yeah.
Friend us on Facebook.
Follow
our Facebook page.
Be with us for
be a patron if you want. Instagram and all that. Twitter. We're on all of them.
Yeah.
So yeah. Get in touch with us, Rob, for what the plans are, and let us know. Keep us up to date. And everybody else, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time. Bye, bye. Forgot how to switch it off. See ya.